Hello and welcome back to the third video in this series on Google Classroom. This one is going to talk more about the dashboard, which is what you're looking at now, and the stream once we get inside the classroom. Um, but I want to continually through all of these videos show you that what the student sees and what the teacher sees. So there are a couple of things that are slightly different. I'm a student in this particular classroom, so I know that because that's my teacher. And this is an actual, it's work that's still due. You can click on it, and these are your assignments. Students can actually go to them right straight from here. They can see what's missing, and what's assigned to me. And I also can go straight to my Google Drive folder. So this is a folder that's been assigned. Again, Google does all this in the background. Third grade intensive reading. I've done nothing in this class, so my folder's empty. But if I had done stuff in the class, the work would actually be there. So a couple handy links to have on the outside on your dashboard. Now, I'm a teacher in this class, so similar class. I see the statistics of opening my gradebook and kind of seeing who's who. I'm not going to open that right now because it does have students' names in it, but I'll give you an idea once we get into it what gradebook actually looks like. And then that goes to my Google Drive folder. And again, because I'm the teacher, I see a lot more. So these are all the activities and assignments that she has pushed out to her students. Now, let me tell you, she has done none of this organizing. Google has done it all for her. So when she pushes an assignment out, all the things that have to do with that assignment go into folders. It's magical. So let's get back to the dashboard. We did talk a little bit in the video number 2 about the hamburger, the 3 lines over here, and what all different things you could find over here. Certainly this goes straight to all your classes, which is what this is, your dashboard. This goes to your calendar. And we'll talk a little bit more about calendar when we get inside. And then to-do list pulls off all the assignments. Students see that, and it's all the assignments that they have to do, all their classes. And then as you scroll down, they wouldn't have this many classes. In the classes that I'm enrolled in as a student, this is my to-do list. So as opposed to the ones I'm teaching, that's my to-do list. So then I would go also, I talked to you a little bit about archive classes. Once you click on that, it pulls up all the classes that you've archived. So if this were important to me and I want to go back and double check things or bring it back to life, I can go to the 3 dots and actually restore. But I also can go in here and take samplings of work or copy and paste activities or restore it and then share it to another class. So there's all kinds of goodies that you can do. I would not mess with this. I would not necessarily go through and delete. You could, but you don't have to. So that's archived. We'll go back to the hamburger, and that pretty much covers that. Let's go back into classes. So that's my class dashboard. That pretty much covers it, and we already kind of talked about the plus sign up there. So let's go in. I'm going to do something a little unique this time. I'm going to actually go in as a student or show you a stream of a student view and a teacher view. The screen on the left is the first period intensive reading class, and the screen on the right is the third period intensive reading class. Very similar. However, on the left, I am actually a teacher in the class. On the right, I'm a student. So just kind of meander through and start looking at some of the differences. So again, I'm a teacher over here. Well, that's one. I have grades. I have 4 actual things up here. And then here as a student, you don't see that. You only see those 3. As a teacher, any announcements that I make, if I were going to go ahead and announce, my picture would show up there, so I'm able to do announcements. As a student in this particular class, she does have it. Well, let's just double check. Nope, she does not have it set where they can talk back and forth. And by she, I mean Mrs. Hamill at Lake Asbury Junior High. Amazing intensive reading teacher, amazing team lead, and thank you so much. Shout out to her for letting me borrow her Google Classrooms to kind of get an idea, to teach you all better. So the student view also does not have a class code here. So there's no class code. There's lots of unique things about the stream that a teacher can do, and a lot of things that a student cannot do. So again, as makes sense, the students cannot select a theme or change this theme up here. Most everything else, I'm going to hit cancel on that so we can close that up a little bit more. If you hit view all, it shows any upcoming work, any to review or being reviewed work that the teacher has to do in the, and again, that's a great place to assign, to grade from, to kind of use there. And then the student view, all, is all the missing assignments, kind of that same screen we saw before. Like, oops, didn't mean to do that. I was going to stick with being a teacher. So again, back out here to the stream. So let's talk a little bit more in depth about the stream. As I told you, it's a wonderful tool for announcements, and that's exactly what Ms. Hamel uses it for. She talks about the week that's coming up and the week off of school and that sort of thing. She posts things about grades. Hey, just double check, 50% of this, power words, hi class, remember, that sort of thing. Very much announcements. None of these are assignments. If for some reason she wanted to move a particular assignment or move a particular announcement back up to the top to kind of put it in the student's face, she could hit the 3 dots or the hot dogs and move it to the top. She could also edit this and then move it to the top. So this is just an announcement. And the way she's created these announcements is she has, let's get to the top, come to here, clicked on there, typed in exactly what she wanted to type for the body to share with the class. This is what I was telling you earlier, if you remember. You have the ability to share this announcement with all of your classes. So in this case, it's just sharing it with her first period intensive class. She could click and she could share it with her third period, her fourth period, her fifth period, that sort of thing. And then all of them would show up. They would get this announcement. All 5 classes would. So she can even differentiate on this. She can actually go to first period intensive class and she can actually click on here and it shows all of her students. So she could click the button on just to say the 3 or 4 that she wants to see this announcement. So a very unique way to differentiate. So again, with my announcement, if there's something I wanted to add to it or clip to it, I could do that. I could actually go and clip something from my Google Drive. If I've made a video or if I've got something like a Google Doc or a form that I want them to fill out, I can actually share a link. So this would be great for websites and that sort of thing that you want them to look at. Again, this could be a great bell ringer. No points involved, just pushing it out there. The kids know they come in and they see this stuff. You can attach a file. Very rarely will we attach a file because you don't want to put Microsoft Word documents in here. You don't want to put PowerPoints or anything like that because, again, it's mixing too. Google just doesn't work well, and Microsoft doesn't work well. They're okay in PDFs, but when you start to put a Word doc out there, if the students are on Chromebooks, they definitely won't be able to open it up. So it gets a little glitchy. So definitely want to kind of stick to things that are inside your Google Drive, or you can actually put a YouTube video. So you might put a funny ha-ha video in there, for a Monday morning funny. So that's, let's say I've done that. I've ready for my announcement to go out. I could literally just hit post. I have to watch it because this actually will go out to all of the students in her first period class, or I could hit the down arrow and actually schedule this announcement. So this is a great thing to remember to use when you are working late at night or one afternoon and you don't want them to see it until the next morning. So you could actually schedule this announcement to go out the exact day and time. So you might say 8 a.m., Monday morning, you want it to go out. So you could do a bunch of those in advance even. So then I don't know if you saw this, but you also have the ability to save this as a draft. So you might, I'm still working on it. I'm not sure exactly what YouTube video to put, so I'm going to save it as a draft. So in this case, I don't want this to go out to all her students, so I'm going to actually hit cancel. And that is it. If you're co-teaching, you will see both teachers' faces depending on who put the announcement out there. And that is all. As a teacher, I can put a class comment here. As a student, I cannot. So she definitely has that turned off. And that is all for dashboard, the dashboard, and your stream. And that is a great way to see both a teacher view and a student view. Hope that helped. Join me in the next video where we'll go into classwork. Take care, and thanks for joining.